Hello, eller! These are 10 tips that helped me a lot in my disc golfing, and the last one surprised me by far the most. To try new discs, that's fun. But for me it gets a lot harder to actually know the discs that are in the bag. Like this right here. I don't know these discs a lot, mostly because it's not my bag. But the point is, what is the point? For me, when I have too many new discs in my bag, I don't really know them, and then they won't get beaten in, so I won't get to know them also. Honestly, it's also fun to try new discs, but if I don't know them, I think it might affect my score a lot, because I feel when I pick up a new disc, I have no idea. So if you're gonna buy new discs, buy a disc that you need from Logitech 64, but not like all the discs that you want. For a long time, I just followed the TEEPAD blindly. However, this TEEPAD right here, it goes like this in this direction, and you have exits on the sides. For me, this is individual. I want to throw the disc on the right side there, but if I follow the TEEPAD, I'm not gonna end up on the right side. Most likely, I'm gonna end up like over there. So now I'm not gonna give a fuck about the TEEPAD, and I'm gonna go like this. This is individual. You do whatever you want. Here's a safe zone. You can trust the TEEPAD here. It's fine. A tunnel shot. Shoo! After hitting plenty of the trees, I got the tip to aim further. I used to focus on the gap, this. Instead, aim here, further back. It can even be behind the basket. I'm behind the basket now. So just shifting that focus. And it can also be a small spot that you aim at. It doesn't have to be a general area. This is just a line, so it's not full power banana hammock if you sort of are way past the basket. Don't aim at that point unless you want a huge comeback putt. This is a really tough one, for me at least. We're gathered here at a hole, and here's the lucka and the korg. Där borta. And this is also to do with shifting the focus. What I usually do, I do this, shoop, and I hit the tree, and then it's harder. For me, it helps to just forget the basket and just solely focus on the window. And I know this disc is gonna fade because it's a bit too overstable for me, like most discs in my bag. Did I hit the tree a tiny bit? Maybe. For a very long time, and still to this very day, I focus so much on what my body does, transferring energy and being graceful. But if the angle of the disc is shitty shitty bang bang, you and I will lose so much distance. I'm not talking about nose up here, because that will mess everything up for everyone. So I've noticed on the rare occasion that I actually have the correct angle. I have the right amount of Anheuser when it's a stable one and it goes shoop, and the right amount of Heiser when it's a Heiser flip and it goes like this. Either way, if you don't get that S-curve thing, you will lose distance. I'm gonna try now to snyta ur den här bad boyen. That means get the most out of the disc. Full flight, happy days. Full transparency, I should probably do this more, right? For me, what makes sense with doing standstill is that you have to sort of slow everything down, hopefully. Doing standstill has helped me more with forehand, but we'll talk about that soon. So we will see now if standstill will affect the distance here now. Science. I'm gonna throw 3 discs. These are a bit maybe too stable for me, but it will be the same with the standstills. I'm throwing like 80% just because it feels like I'm more in control when I'm not doing full bore action stuff. So run up, the average is this number. Now it's standstill, let's see if anything happens. I'm just gonna go. So the average with standstill was this, and this number is bigger than this number. Would you agree?
That's true.
So if you feel silly doing just standstill, know that you might gain distance, and that is cool. So it will equal out. And also being forced to do standstill because you're playing a Pro Tour course for the first time and you have to stand still because you're so exhausted made me realize that I have legs. And in your legs you have the biggest muscles of your body. So why not use the big muscles to impress no one? If you're doing standstill, it's much easier, for me at least, to shift my focus from my torso and my weak arms to my legs, where you have all the muscles to load the power into the throw like so. This you should also do in the run-up, but I can't sort of do it because I'm too primal and stupid and I have bad timing. I thought for a long time that you have just a 2 grip. For me, the driving grip, I use a modified fan grip, and then the putting grip. And that is the only 2 options you have in disc golf and life in general. It only took me 2 years to realize, actually, there's more. You can do whatever you want. So for an approach shot like this, I used to do the same. I used this grip. But then I was like, what? There's more, something called fan grip. And just this tiny shift to a fan grip instead of a modified fan grip in approach shot, it turned the thing that I dislike the most, approach shots, to be something I enjoy way more. I made a full video of this, you can check it out. There. By far, this is the most quick fix city and most dramatically changing tip. But it's so simple also. And the origin for it was I saw Aaron Gossage throwing his forehand, and all he does is to have perfect timing, release and angles. But also he uses just the 1 finger, and I tried it and I'm not kidding, instantly I threw way better you know my forehand, Johannes. It's how it used to be. Shaky, shaky, shank, shank. And I think for me what happened is I can get my wrist further back and create more spin on the disc. That is my key listening. So if you have a bad forehand and you don't really know the reason, try the 1 finger or try whatever you want, unless you hurt yourself or a kitten. If you have tips like this that really helped you out, maybe they're super obvious, but if it helps you, it might help someone else. Leave them down in the comments. You're not allowed to press the subscribe button.